Hey everyone, in this little demo, I'm going to be talking about names on Qortal. So when you make an account on Qortal, you're granted a Qortal wallet that allows you to store your Qortal's QORT coin along with 5 other different coins. And this allows you to have both a public and private key. If you don't know what private keys are and you'd like to learn more about that, please check out my YouTube video on wallet keys if you'd like to learn more about that. Now, when you have a public key on Qortal, it's a long string, which is occasionally very hard to remember and to give to other people so that they could recognize you within the Qortal ecosystem. Hence, the need to introduce the concept of names. So the first thing I'm going to do is search for my name in the user lookup over here. I'm going to type Qortal Justin, and I'm going to click on it. And you could see here that you see my public address like I was talking about previously. So this is the public address for my QORT wallet. And any transaction I make on the Qortal blockchain is associated with this public address. Therefore, this is what allows data within the Qortal ecosystem to follow users around and essentially become the sole owners of their data. So you could see I have my public address, which I can copy here, but I also have my name, which is my name on Qortal, Qortal Justin. And this allows other people to identify me much more easily and be able to send me in data, send me QORT if necessary, communicate with me, and so much more. As we could see here, we also have some recent payments that were made to my public address, as well as how many blocks I minted, which is outside the scope of this video, but and of course my QORT balance. But the most important thing to remember is that when you have a Qortal wallet, which is granted when you make a new account, then with a small transaction fee of 1.25 QORT, you could acquire a name, my name in this case being Qortal Justin, which makes it a lot easier for you to transact within the ecosystem. So I'm going to close this now, and I'm going to show you another cool Q app called Names. And Names is what allows you to purchase additional names, because on Qortal, what's really cool is that for your account, you could have more than one name. You could have multiple names. So as you can see here, my main name is Qortal Justin, but I've also purchased other names that I could use if necessary within the ecosystem. So I have Justin WF and Justin Credible. These names I could update, sell, I could set an avatar for them, I could change my avatar for my main name. And this introduces a whole suite of different possibilities, such as being able to create businesses on Qortal and then having your business be up for sale with all the data associated with that business name potentially sold. So essentially what you're creating is a whole names market. And here, if we look at the top right, at the top left, is the names for sale. And here are names that other users have already purchased on Qortal and are now looking to sell for a certain price, which is really an interesting way to think about how domains work on the normal internet, right? So on the normal internet, people have domains for sale, which you can buy and then deploy your website on. Well, this is very similar in the sense that you could buy a name and then have access to all the data associated with that name thereafter. So names on Qortal is an extremely important concept and is pretty much the backbone of how the entire ecosystem functions and how data is completely controlled by the users, because when you publish content on the Qortal data network, that content is associated with your name cryptographically, and therefore you are the sole owner of that data and are the only person that could eventually modify it or replace it entirely, take it down, for example, if necessary, etc. So this was a quick overview of how names work on Qortal. I have another video on my YouTube channel if you'd like to learn more that goes much more in depth about Qortal names, but I just wanted to show you this quick little demo. I'll see you in the next video.